Pokemon is one of the biggest, most recognizable franchises on the planet. This is especially true in the realm of video games, and yet, somehow, my girlfriend Ellie has never laid a finger on a Pokemon game until today. In this video, I'll be chronicling her journey with Pokemon as she starts Let's Go Pikachu. Can she be converted into a Pokemon fan? Let's find out.
Today we are playing Pokemon, a series that you have no experience with. How many Pokemon can you name off the top of your head right now? Go.
Pikachu, Eevee, Charizard. Is there a salamander?
Okay, yeah, Ellie doesn't know much about Pokemon, but hey, that's alright, you gotta start somewhere. This entry seemed like a perfect place to begin, as it throws us back into the Kanto originals. I have a ton of Pokemon experience, but I've never played this game or really any of the more recent entries, so this should be an adventure for both of us. We began with the classic naming of the protagonist.
Oh my.
He looks like you.
Oh my.
Oh my god, it's me. Hi, me. Hello.
Ellie gained control of her character and started walking around her room. Like any good Pokemon game, this one has humble beginnings. We're just a young, budding Pokemon trainer, and today's the day we're finally going to get our first Pokemon.
Is it Pokemon? Like a Poke Bowl?
Pokemon.
Is it supposed to be Poke?
Pokemon, I think so.
We all say Pokemon.
Everyone says Pokemon, but I think it's Pokemon.
I've always said Pokemon.
Yeah, people say that too.
We set off into Pallet Town, our home, which is remarkably small. Not sure what they eat here, but at least it has a Pokemon research lab where we can acquire our first Pokemon. Professor Oak, the lab's head scientist, isn't here though, so we've got to go find him.
Pika!
Whoa.
Pika! Pika? Oh my god, I want a plush of him so badly. I want a plush of you. So like, is he gonna be my friend? What are the ethics of catching these wild creatures?
It's here that we're taught how to catch Pokemon. Now, this is obviously a core mechanic of this series and has been since the beginning, but it works a little bit differently here. Motion controls are now utilized to throw the Pokeball. Surely that won't ever pose any issues. Back at the lab, Ellie and Pikachu bonded and decided to stick together.
I didn't expect to love Pikachu so much, and yet I was so taken with him. I did not expect him to be so cute and tiny and cozy. It brought out feelings that like Pixar animated characters give me, where I just want to have him in real life.
Ellie got her Pokedex and set off for adventure on Route 1. Here's where the game really begins, as Ellie can now encounter wild Pokemon.
Oh, are we fighting?
Okay, anyway, Ellie caught herself a Pidgey and was on her way. I was a bit confused by this encounter though, as it didn't seem like we were able to battle this wild Pokemon. We'll get back to that later, but for now, Ellie discovered Viridian Town, as I got a better understanding of how little she knows about this series. The Pokemon Center, for example, was completely foreign to her. All Ellie really knew about the series is that you throw Pokeballs to catch Pokemon, so she obviously had a lot to discover. Back at the lab, Ellie was challenged to her first battle with Wilson.
I don't want to attack yet. You know? Feels violent. My gosh, it hurt me.
At this point, the only other turn-based RPG we've had Ellie try is Undertale, which she wasn't a big fan of, but this is a much more straightforward take on the genre. I was curious to see what she'd think of the battle system as she made it further into the game. Ellie tread back through Route 1, and this time, there were some trainers for her to fight. Each one gives you a chance to gain some experience and level up your Pokemon. It turns out that in these Let's Go games, though, you cannot fight wild Pokemon, only capture them. I remember hearing something about this when the games first came out, but I'd forgotten. Now, Ellie can still catch these wild Pokemon, which will still provide all of her party Pokemon with experience, but still, it's a strange omission. Further into Route 2, Ellie fleshed out her party by capturing another Pikachu and a Caterpie. Before she could get out of here though, she had a few trainers she needed to battle through. Ellie moved along and reached her 6 Pokemon limit with 2 Pikachus, 2 Pidgeys, a Caterpie, and an Oddish. I know this is nothing new for this series at this point, but it's really interesting to see that wild Pokemon are now visible instead of being hidden in tall grass. This was massively reducing Ellie's number of wild encounters, which was probably a good thing, especially when considering the fact that she can't even battle them in this game.
I mean, that did something. I don't know why it's like not very effective.
It doesn't mean that when it says it's not very effective, it means like you use that against a type of Pokemon that's not an effective attack for. It still might do a lot of damage.
At this point, Ellie had the basics of battle down. Like most people, she had begun relying almost exclusively on her primary Pokemon, Pikachu in this case, to take down anyone that stood in her way. This works well since your main Pokemon tends to be over-leveled, but at some point, Pokemon types was going to come into play.
I was surprised I didn't dislike it. Since I didn't like Undertale, I didn't think that I would love turn-based. I still don't know if it's my favorite in terms of keeping my attention for a long period of time or finding it really thrilling or interesting. I think I expected to really dislike it or that I'd feel really bored, and I didn't feel that way really at all. There's a lot of new moves to learn, that it keeps it interesting or at least feels rewarding. I think this was easier to learn and understand, so I was very surprised that I liked it as much as I did.
Eventually, Ellie arrived in Pewter City.
Wow, thank you, Wilson.
Wow. He's just kind of getting progressively kinder.
Ellie attempted to move on to the next route, but she wouldn't be able to do so until she conquered Pewter City's gym, which happens to be controlled by Brock. As I'm sure most of you are aware, Pokemon gyms are a concentrated facility of battles that culminate in an intense bout with the gym leader.
Uh-oh. He's a level above me.
Oh!
Oh no. I'm gonna guess my lightning doesn't really work.
So close! Ooh. Wow. Goodbye, Onyx.
Yay, congrats, Pikachu. Congrats, Pidgey. Congrats, Pidgey. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Oh, okay.
Ellie made the fight look easy and even encountered her first evolution. This was always one of my favorite elements of Pokemon. Leveling up a Pokemon enough to the point that they actually turn into a new, typically cooler looking Pokemon is just so novel. With her new gym badge in tow, Ellie battled and captured along another route until she arrived in a cave. Historically, caves are incredibly annoying in Pokemon games as the entire area contains random battles, not just tall grass like you'd see in a forest environment. Thankfully, in this game, you can see the wild Pokemon in the caves too, which makes it way less frustrating. Still too many Zubats though. Ellie captured some new Pokemon in this area and began to battle some members of Team Rocket, who clearly didn't want her in here. Further into the cave, Ellie met the iconic Jesse and James of Team Rocket, who it turns out are here to steal some fossils. After we find one ourselves, they try to take it by force in our first duel battle. This functions about the same as a normal battle, except you're commanding two Pokemon at once.
Give it a whirl. I'm scared.
Ooh.
One down. I'm just nervous Pidgey's gonna get hurt. Okay, we're in the middle of something. Oh my god. Oh, Pidgey. Oh. Oh no. But that's okay because there's just two left, right? Oh, okay.
Ooh.
That was very effective.
One of the toughest fights yet, but Ellie beat him. She found her way out of the cave and arrived in Cerulean City. Gotta say, all of these cities are looking pretty similar.
Oh my gosh. Oh, they are crying.
It was time to take on our rival Wilson in the middle of the city for some reason. Rival fights tend to be pretty tough. This would be the first time that Ellie had to take on 3 Pokemon in a single fight. Early on, Pikachu's accuracy was lowered by Pidgey's sand attack, leading him to begin missing. Ellie was able to knock Pidgey out, but she ended up having to switch Pikachu out while fighting Oddish. Once you stop using your main Pokemon, things tend to get a lot harder. Your other party members tend to end up underleveled in situations like these, which meant that they started dropping like flies. One after another, Ellie's Pokemon fainted until we were left with just Oddish hanging on by a thread.
They're all fainted now.
You were overwhelmed by your defeat.
I think I lost the fight because I didn't implement any specific strategy. So when I came back the second time, it went by really quickly because I knew what I needed to do and who to use when and what moves worked. I had more wiggle room in other battles before that, so I think I didn't have to think as hard about what move I was using or which Pokemon I was using when.
For the second attempt, Ellie stocked up on items, which made the fight significantly more manageable. She was able to hold on to Pikachu all the way through to Eevee, Wilson's final Pokemon. Pushing past Wilson led us to Nugget Bridge, which contained 5 trainers we had to defeat. Past the bridge was some more trainers we had to defeat. There really are a lot of trainer fights in this game. Hopefully, something worthwhile awaited us beyond them. Ellie trounced all the trainers and made her way into a lab of some sort where we met a guy who accidentally turned himself into a Pokemon. Okay.
Hi, Bill.
Oh my god. You got a crush on Bill?
The strangely attractive Bill gave us a couple of tickets for a cruise, which is a really strange thing to give us. This whole circumstance is pretty strange, and I think Ellie is attracted to Bill, so I think it's time to go. Ellie headed back into town and eventually into the gym. This one predicated on water Pokemon. Thanks to Pikachu's electric nature, this one seemed like it was going to be a cakewalk. Ellie made it all the way to Misty without even breaking a sweat.
Ooh. Whoa. Pikachu, it's your time to shine.
Come on, Pikachu. Oh, come on.
Come on, Pikachu.
Oh, shoot. Both my Pikas are gone.
Just a little more. Hang in there, Oddish.
Congrats, Butterfree. Congrats, Geodude. It's a lot of money.
Sorry, Misty. Sorry.
The biggest element of battle that Ellie still needed to practice was understanding the Pokemon types and how they interact with each other. Electric being effective against water is pretty obvious, but some relationships aren't so clear.
Is he going in for the kiss? Oh my god, he did it. Oh.
What? That was really weird.
That was a very strange interaction.
Ellie moved on to a new route where she caught, or tried to catch, some new Pokemon.
I think I wished capturing them was not as difficult, but I also wasn't super frustrated by it or think that the mechanic itself is bad, and the motion control is obviously much smoother than the Wii or something, I think. But I don't think I'm great at it in general. I don't think I'm great at motion control, and getting it lined up to me feels like I'm doing the same thing each time, and it's just a one-off that it works sometimes and other times it goes completely off base. Oh my god!
Eventually, we made it onto the cruise ship, but not before giving Pikachu a little rub down.
Oh, he just wanted to look out. Don't fall, Pika. We're gazing over the wide open sea together. Oh.
I don't know what you guys are doing in here, but we'll give you your space. We'll give you your space.
Eventually, our search led us back to Wilson, who yet again wants to battle us. Just like last time, this proved to be a tricky fight. Again, mostly due to the fact that Pidgeotto was depleting Pikachu's accuracy so much. Ellie opted to switch for another Pokemon, but like before, these other Pokemon were underleveled and not able to contend very well. Through persistence and a lot of potions, Ellie still managed to come out on top. This cleared a path to the captain of the ship, who was seasick for some reason. In the hopes of helping him feel better, we rubbed his back.
I don't like that.
Okay.
First he's seasick and he's the captain. He does this for a living. Now I'm rubbing his back?
Somehow that worked, and to thank us for the rub down, he taught Pikachu how to use Chop Down. Now we could cut down bushes that have been previously blocking our way. It just so happens that this one is blocking the way to this town's gym. This one is electric focused, which isn't ideal as Pikachu's electric-based moves won't do a ton of damage. Regardless, Ellie breezed through until she reached the gym leader, Lieutenant Surge. His Pokemon are the highest level we've faced, but still, the first 2 Pokemon weren't an issue at all. The evolved form of Pikachu was appropriately Ellie's final challenge and packed quite a punch.
Whoa! So close! Oh, man. Wow.
That sucks.
That was really close.
She was so close. Time was short, but I'd bet money she could do it with another try.
I think I really liked the format of the game. I can see how it gets addictive, and I would want to capture as many Pokemon as I could and do as many gyms as I could and keep increasing my levels. Like, I think all of those systems in the game make you want to keep playing. I never felt like it was taking a long time or that I wanted to stop necessarily. So I really enjoyed it. I didn't really know what Pokemon was all about. I didn't understand what it was and the capturing of the Pokemon. I still ethically feel a little weird about that. I don't know where I stand on if it's cool that we're capturing them, but Pikachu loves me and we have a really good bond, so I feel good about him. But the rest of them, like, do they want to be captured?
Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu is a bit of an odd entry for someone like myself who's played a lot of these games, but for a newcomer like Ellie, it proved to be an enjoyable onboarding to one of the biggest gaming franchises around. Maybe we'll jump back into the world of Pokemon in the future, but for now, it was time for Pikachu and Ellie to say farewell. If you enjoyed this video, why not subscribe or check out another episode? And if you really enjoyed this video, you can become a patron or channel member to help us make more. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.